You're an animal. You got a fucking 30 amp fuse on the fuel fan.
Yeah.
The wire is like fucking 0.5 mil. It would be on fire and that fuse would not even be a quarter before popping. Put these on.
Don't need it for this.
That looks fucking awesome. You're on route to becoming a wizard.
Nah.
No.
10 freehand butt.
So welcome back to the channel. This is Built by Blake. Dean is here as well as always. He's not actually right here right now though. I don't know where he is. I think he's making a 4-inch exhaust. Today we are working on the Nismo R32 GTR again today. We are installing / deleting the old fuel system and all of its wiring and installing our new box. If you guys haven't seen me make the relay box in that last episode, I tried to make it as detailed as I could because a lot of people probably won't experience a fuel system to this extent. This car literally has 4 fuel pumps, all of which are Walbro 460s. They draw a lot, a lot of amps. All had to be basically custom wired and it's all nice and neat. So yeah, it's a nice thing. So let's have a look in the boot now. Just pop this up. So this is what we're working with. Oh, one of my little lights has fallen down. Come on, buddy. There you go. You can sit there. So you guys would have seen in the last episode if you've been following. This is the setup. I'm not going to explain it because I went over it in the last episode. So go watch it if you want to know about how this is all going. Long story short, we are deleting all of that and just keeping the wiring that's going to the chassis and just redoing this in a manner that we think is probably better. Ugh. Get rid of that. I don't know what's going on there, but it's a bit average. As I said, if you haven't watched the last video, go watch it. Long story short, this car has 4 fuel pumps, 3 of which are on all of the time, and the 4th one is driven via the Haltech, and we turn it on when you are like doing some stupid speed. So we're going to jump into this now. We are going to start just ripping everything out and just starting from scratch. So remove the battery, remove all the old stuff, remove all the switches, keep the bare bones that we need to keep, and then start mocking up where we're going to size our new relay box. So let's do it. This is fucking, well, terrifying to be honest, but exciting at the same time. So it still does look like a bit of organised chaos. Let me clear it up for you. I found some shady shit, which don't lie to yourself, everyone's always been there. This guy had his first red hot crack the first time we built this car. Don't act like you can't hear me, mate. We're the only people in this shed.
A long time ago, I had that money.
So this is the feed for the in-tank pump. Gone. That's done. These 2 wires here. This is the OEM harness. Obviously that's going to bring in all of the relays as soon as that 12 volt switch is on. And then the only one that it's not going to bring in is relay number 5, pump number 4, as the Haltech switches that on. Speaking of shady shit, this is actually very funny. So that little cute wire that runs down here, this is the fuel fan, which the fuel fan is a baby little intercooler underneath the... Let's have a look, eh? We'll have a squeeze. That's her. That's it, just there. So it's a baby intercooler and it's got a fan on top of it. And it runs at 3 or 2 amps, I think I calculated it. And let me just find, here, this is all the shit I've been dragging out. Let me just find the relay. This is the one here. This is the relay feeding that fan. Really nice little setup here. It's got its own fuse on it. It's got a 30 amp fuse on it. The wire was probably half mil wire, 30 amp fuse. So that wire would have well and truly melted before that fuse popped. That is the Haltech switched negative, and Dean and I just belled that out. So that is the negative that the Haltech switches to turn on pump number 4. And that's it. These ones here are just simply the flex fuel sensor. So it can be a bit overwhelming if you let it get to you. Take your time, and like I said, if you're going to have a crack at this, draw a schematic, draw a wiring diagram, and break it down and make it all very, very simple. There's nothing that hard about it. The hardest thing that's going to be about this now is just the actual layout. I want it to be Mickey Mouse, and I want it to look really, really good, because that's what this kind of car is doing. And yeah, everything else should be good to rock and roll. So let's jump into it. Tie this all together, cut that off and put all of it up there, so it's one singular loom up the center. It'll go between the battery and between that, like that, and then you'll have 2 nice big bolts there, so you can take this whole thing off and you'll have that amount of slack to just do whatever you need to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, because it was hours of me leaning over and my back is cooked. The hoist just slowly goes down and you don't realise it until you're fully bending over, leaning on the ground again. This is where we're at the moment. I've run all of the wires that are just inevitable, that have to happen, and they have to go where they are. So we know that the relay box was going to go in the middle, right next to the battery. So I've mounted that. We know that there's going to be those wires up here, these wires here, running from the relay box to where they need to go. So 6 of them come down here to pumps 1, 2, and 3. And then obviously all of the negatives go back. Moving forward, I've just labeled all of them. It's a bit pretty, it looks a bit nice. And then they all run nice down and neat and in, and all under the tub and up the back, and then obviously back down the center. This pump down here, we're waiting on this clip, so I'll re-terminate that and that'll be all brand new. Anyway, that's where we're at the moment. A little bit of an update for you. I'll continue on and I'm sure you'll see how it turns out, but for now I just need to have a good think about it and drink a beer and think about it. I think that's what I'll do.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
So, wiring update. I made this little bracket to put the isolator on, and between Dean and I, Dean is the fabricator, he's the wizard of the family, and then I don't even know what I am, social media advisor. He said no, that's not good enough, so going full bracket now, so that bracket's going to go right across the whole back of the car, and then we can mount everything we want on it. To be fair, that will look a million times better than what I said we should do. Put these on.
Don't need it for this.
That looks awesome. You're en route to becoming a wizard.
Nah.
No.
It's been freehand, but
Yeah.
tape measures take time.
Okay, so that's why. Get it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Slide the top.
A little bit of dickiness just there. Just that plug, bro. All right. Project 1,000 horsepower, 4 fuel pump, 1 fuel fan, 1 surge tank, twin fuel pump, battery kit, 2 inline filters. I didn't do any of that, but I'm happy to take credit for it. Done, and it looks mint. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. So we've got these like all just nicely labeled. Oh, so good. So everything at the back there, obviously negative terminal, and then you've got your flex, 0 gauge coming up to your battery. This battery is probably going to get replaced. All of the same stuff as before. The only thing that hasn't been done yet is this plug, because we're waiting on this plug to come in, and then that'll just simply get terminated into the back of it and then go. And then this little nice thing, oh look at that, and then that's like a little hook on there. Look at that little hook. Oh, so good. So nicely labeled. But apart from that, she's all said and done. So that is me done. This has been a pretty long-winded project actually. It's dragged out to be quite a long thing, but it turned out nice. 100% let us know, let me know if there's something that from an automotive standpoint you would do differently. Automotive is just not my thing. I've never done it. I feel like the labels are a nice touch. I feel like the wiring diagrams are a nice touch. And that Busman relay box is the nice touch. That it makes everything very nice. So Project GTST is well underway. All right, thank you for watching. Definitely leave a comment, give it a like, subscribe, do all that stuff. And we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Ever since you shut the door on everything we knew, you're too late for love, feeling your true love, feeling on love, feeling your true love,